It is 8:07. Mel Parsons is a name to watch and a voice to listen to. It's spoken country. Since 2009, we've had 4 albums, and as of tomorrow, we get our 5th. She's one of the best folk artists at the 2020 New Zealand Music Awards. The new album, by the way, is called Slow Burn. And Mel Parsons is with us. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You feeling good?
I am.
Is the album called Slow Burn because you're a slow burn? Is that the story of your career, your life? Is it?
Probably.
Is it?
Probably. It's no. You know what? The Slow Burn is. It's the title of a song that's on the record, and I just like the sound of it. And yeah, I guess this album has been the process has been a bit of a slow burn, obviously, the last few years.
Yeah, people should know behind the scenes we've been having a to-do, Mel and I, about what song you're going to sing, and I want you to sing Slow Burn because it's a good song.
Thank you.
The video I've been watching with a great deal of interest because I've always been interested in how you guys do this. So in the video, just to explain it to people, and they've got to go look at it, obviously, you're up against a wall, you're up against different situations, and you and your cousin Jed are singing the words.
Yes.
Now, there are outtakes, I'm taking it, where you burst into laughter and fall apart laughing. Now, is that because doing a video where you're mouthing the words, I'm assuming, is actually quite difficult and people don't get it?
And it's silly, and Jed's silly. So it's you always. I always feel you never feel any less silly being on camera, I think.
How do you do? Is it an art to doing it? Because are you singing or not singing? Because you
have to sing.
Because you've got to get it to the actual words.
The problem is that if you don't physically sing, then it doesn't look like you're singing. So you have to. Yeah. So for example, that video we did film actually in Littleton in the community gardens, and so we're like singing at the top of our lungs in the community gardens, just feeling like idiots, of course. But
do people in Littleton love the fact that there are so many creative people among them, and you could easily get a free concert simply by listening into somebody's backyard on any given day? Probably,
yeah. I mean, real estate's gone through the roof because of the
because of you.
I don't want to claim the whole lot, Mike.
But between you and Marlon and Joe Bennett's there, of course. Is Joe Bennett? Do you know Joe?
Joe is there. Yeah, I see Joe in the supermarket sometimes.
There you go. Yeah. See, I mean, all these brilliant, famous New Zealanders just wandering around in the aisle looking for their flower. See, when I was in Christchurch growing up, Littleton was literally just the port. And it wasn't even Christchurch because you had to go to Littleton through this tunnel, and you went out the other side, and this thing was there called Littleton with the ships. Yeah. And these days it's just another gentrified, upbeat,
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's still got a bit of a creative kind of edge. No one there seems to have a job. Everyone's a creative or a musician or has got a start-up,
Do you get whatever you need creatively from Littleton?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. You can kind of be as much a part of it or not as you like, But it's a nice sort of place to be able to hide away.
Talk me through the folk country thing. You claim folk?
Yeah, I think. I just say I'm a singer-songwriter. I just write songs, and mostly they kind of err on the folkier side of things. And indie folks, probably.
How did that come about?
The style?
The style, or the folk.
I think because really, I think we're just a product of our influences, and that's the stuff that I grew up listening to. I grew up listening to all the classics.
Who'd you listen to? See, because one of my favourite artists of all time was Nancy Griffith. Do you know the name?
I do.
Right.
Yeah.
So she tragically died very recently. But anyway, she was just sensational. But I don't know whether she's folk or country. I would say folk, personally.
Yeah, maybe. See, I try. Yeah, I mean, it's. The genre thing I find it sort of tangles people up a little bit, and really it's just so that you can be categorised for playlists and selling your music.
Good song's good song.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Simple as that.
I feel like,
Let me ask you this. We had Joel Shadbolt on the show.
Yeah?
You know Joel?
Yeah. Not well, but yeah.
Right, so he's in Tauranga, not in Littleton, but he's with LAB. So he teaches guitar part-time at school. Yeah. And I was boring him witless, as I bored you witless, as it turns out, with my whole guitar history and story. And I took up the guitar, and I'm just useless. And I don't have it. Yeah. And I wish I did. Yeah. Can I get it?
Sure you can.
Really?
Of course you can.
No, he said I can't.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he's a teacher, Mel.
Okay, yeah. I'm not.
So are you just making that up?
I'm not a teacher, but no, I think because I'm an optimist, I think I would say that's not a backhanded compliment. I think you can learn something. It's not actually that hard. There's a little bit of hand, between the two hands.
It's the hand coordination. The I can do the G and the D and the A and the C and all that sort of stuff. But you go to the picking. Can you pick?
I can.
Pick something for me, just right now. Just give me a G. Give me a G and just pick something. Anything. Just pick away. See, I can't do that. I could do that for about 10 seconds, but I can't do that properly, you know what I'm saying? So when did you discover you had something?
When I was a teenager, I basically picked up the guitar when I was 14, and I reckon for listeners, I think that's the best time, when you're a teenager. You've got nothing else to do, a lot of bedroom time. And I was just hooked very, very kind of immediately, I suppose.
Yeah, but that's one thing. No, that's you wanting to be...
Yes.
That's different to having talent.
Oh, right.
So
yes, okay.
I was at your age, at 14, 15, took up my school cert music, and I thought, yep, I'm in, I'm on, it's all on. But I turned out to be useless. Obviously, someone encouraged you and did well by you, and look at you now.
I think so. I think weirdly enough, when I was about 17, I was sitting around, so random, I was sitting around a campfire, and I overheard, and I was playing, singing.
This is a made-up story.
No,
no one sits around a campfire.
I know, this is true. I can even tell you what it was. It was Golden Bay, Mike. You'd
of course you were. Okay, yeah. Golden Bay campfire.
I know. Look, I was a teenager, all right?
Okay.
And I actually overheard someone say, from sort of across the party, wow, she could be a professional. And I was like, what? Wow. I really had never thought about it before, and then suddenly I was like, because I was going to go to law school and just do what you do when you finish school, and then I chucked that in and I went to music school, and that was it.
Any regrets?
No, not at all.
Look how quick that answer was.
No, not at all. I love it. This has been my job for. Yeah, full time the last.
So you've got your album out as of tomorrow.
Yes.
You've got a tour coming up. We'll give those dates. You seem to be on tour for most of October and into November.
It is, yeah.
You've been on the road much lately, given the shambles.
No, it's been brutal.
Is it going to be fantastic?
It's going to be. Yeah, I love touring anyway, but I'm fizzing. I can't wait. That's my favourite thing is being, is just being on tour and performing. And
brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to play for us after the break?
Well,
because we've talked about this.
I know. You've thrown me, Mike. I'm undecided. I was going to play Tired of Being You, but then I could also play Slow Burn.
No. You're the guest.
Okay.
You play. You play whatever. I'm just here to fill the time.
Great.
We'll play more in a moment. Mel Parsons. It's 14 past 8. Newstalk ZB, 17 minutes past 8. Guest is Mel Parsons. The album out tomorrow, Slow Burn. Now the concert tour starts in October. Starts in Napier, ends up in Dunedin, with a whole bunch of dates in between. Some of which we will give you in just a couple of moments. The song, Tired, as requested by your good self, Tired of Being You.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah. Well, you're winning the busyness contest. Looks like your diary's jam-packed with opportunities and ways to better yourself. And you will, yeah, I'll give you that. Look at all the flights in your flights app. Look at all the days you're away. Wow, you must really be killing it. Another lunch in the lounge, okay. And your schedule makes me wanna lie down and cover my eyes with a shoe. Your Instagram is all about envy, and of course you're beautiful too. You must be tired of being you. Have a break, take a load up, come and sit down. Nobody cares if you're winning or losing. They only care if you're around. Your self-worth is intrinsically linked to the numbers of listeners throughout the day. Why hasn't that show sold out yet? It's been on sale for days, Then after all of this crazy, what do you have to show? A battered suitcase of memories and a disjointed life back home. You must be tired of being you. Have a break, take a load up, come and sit down. Nobody cares if you're winning or losing. They only care if you're around. And you'll never be ready for anything. It's never gonna be the right time. You're always too busy to start it, and I'm telling you it's a lie. must be tired of being you. Have a break, take a load off, come and sit down. Nobody cares if you're winning or losing, they only care if you're around. Have a break, take a load off, come and sit down. And nobody cares if you're winning or losing, they only care if you're around.
Sensational. I like that better than Slow Burn.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
that worked out well. It says,
Yeah.
Mike here, the text says, if you want to learn guitar, go onto a website called Chordify. Would you recommend that, or is that bollocks?
It could well be.
Okay, but you're not
Yeah.
you're not committing anything at
I'm
this
not-
particular
I'm
point
not.
in time. Okay,
Just
so
want to know.
good luck with the album tomorrow.
Thank you.
And it's out on vinyl as
is.
well as
Yes.
CD
Yes.
and streaming, and
That's right, all
you're
the
all over
digital.
the country. I'll give
Yeah.
these dates out for your tour very shortly.
Amazing.
But lovely to see you.
Nice to see
and
you.
all the very best of luck.
Thank you very
Come
much.
Come again. Mel Parsons.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.